Before we start, I have a few things to share. Um, we are a platform where we are developing ourselves from time to time. So I decided this week to open up one specific meeting for free, like we did since 2016. Back again, people can attend Tuesday, 8 p.m. Meetings in English for free. They don't need to subscribe or to sign up any subscription. On the other hand, there are limited spots. So for October, it's all sold out, the free conversations. So people, if they want to be part of the conversations, they can subscribe and they can join. So all of you in here, if you want to be part of, you can just go ahead to the planner and click on the link for the meeting, okay? We're gonna do that with other languages, French, Spanish, Italian, and more than that, we have courses now in the platform where you can study the language. And yeah, pretty much what we have been doing. And the topic today is English and the linguistic imperialism. I am going to paste the questions. And while I do that, I'm going to ask all of you to present yourselves. So as I always say, presentations are for your benefit to speak better English or to unlock your fears and so on. So Vini, can you present yourself, please? I guess we don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Vinicius Gouveia. I am from Presidente Dutra. It's a city in the state of Maranhão. I live with my parents yet. I have a dog. I'm a software developer in Mercado Livre. And it is my 30th time in Talk and Talk. My first time with you, Felipe.
Great. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here. And Wanda, I guess I haven't heard from you yet. I don't know you yet. So
I'm Wanda from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. 2 sons, 2 daughters-in-law, 1 grandson, 2 cats. I'm advanced, and or else. And my hobby is scuba diver. And now it's raining a lot here, and my street is alagado. How is flooded?
Yeah, flooded. Yeah.
Flooded. Now.
Very good. Yeah, I'm in Minas and it's pretty hot, like really hot today. So yeah, it's been tough. I guess in São Paulo it's better because there's like cold weather coming. I don't know, no idea, but we never know. And I'm Philip. Yeah, in 2 weeks we're gonna celebrate 7 years of Talk and Talk. I started in October 18th, 2016, online by myself, just to practice English with other people. I have been living the life I really want to live, and next month I'm moving to Canada to live there for a while. I'm gonna move to Toronto. I'm gonna spend like almost a year in there, and I hope to do business and to bring content, experience, and ideas to all of you in here on Talk and Talk to develop fluency, your network, and to develop yourselves. And the topic today is going to be about language, and I enjoy the topics Victor bring because they are out of the ordinary. They are extraordinary because they are not in the common sense. And the very first question it's to start with, why are you studying English? Personal or professional goals? Wanda, what's your goal within English?
I start to study English because of the pandemic. I get here stuck in my house without nothing to do, and I think about I need to a day I need to start to study English because my son lives in USA, and now you live with a girl, and I think is forever. And I start here. I never study English in another place. I never study grammar or anything. Is for you. I start and I keep going.
So basically you're saying you have never studied formal
Yeah,
the formal
never.
way.
In my school, I used to study French. Yeah, not English.
Very good. Yeah, that's what I like to say. It's not easy, but it's possible to learn a language without studying. Otherwise, we wouldn't reach the technology we have as humans. Remember, like 500 years ago, when the Portuguese people arrived in Brazil, they didn't have Tupi-Guarani classes to learn to talk to, and the Indian people, they didn't have Portuguese classes as well, you know. So yeah, after a while they had, of course, but with the, I don't know how to say, the Jesuitas, you know. I don't know how to say that in English. But
Jesuits.
yeah, maybe. Um, what about you, Vinny? Why you're studying English?
Okay, here we go. Every time when I speak English, I get nervous, but okay. I started to study English because when I was a kid, I wanted to understand what the game wanted to tell me. So it's a curious case. Since there, I started to study English with my own cell phone, and I study English now because I want to be free to talk to any people that speaks English. Because if you know a people from, for example, China, Japan, you can speak with these persons if they know English. If both people know English, you can speak very well, understand in a lot of things. And I believe that the English is a personal goal because the professional goal, it's a consequence of your personal. I want to learn English and improve this to use in the professional work. But the mainly goal is to communicate with another person, to understand any video with um with no difficulties.
Yes, I study English. I still study English. I started in 1998, so I'm still trying to reach fluency. Today I learned a very good expression to jog someone's memory, like in a topic that it was around this subject, memory. And I am bringing expressions to learn. Like my goal nowadays regarding English is to learn more vocabulary, because as Vinny said, it brings freedom to talk, to go to places, to study, to work, to live, to whatever you want. The English language brings freedom, not like, it feels like if you have a lot of money, you can go anywhere, right? But you're gonna still need English. So you're not totally free. But if you have English, you can ask for help. People can give you money, donate, you know? So I guess language, it's the language itself brings freedom to go whatever you want to go. And that's what I'm looking for, you know, to reach out people, to learn, to develop myself. And by that, the question number 2, have you ever thought about the reasons why English is so super estimated in our country and worldwide? So Vinny, have you ever thought, and do you believe English is super estimated or not? And if so, why is that?
No, I've never thought about that, but I believe that English is it's a global language. So everything is built in English. As a software developer, I speak Portuguese with my team members. I speak Spanish with the stakeholders, but the code is in English. So we need English to write code, to read these questions that you have now.
Even to learn the language or the tools you have at work, it's all in English.
Mainly the documentations. All of the documentations that I need to read is in English. It's so difficult to find something in Portuguese, and when you find these informations in Portuguese, it's not very completed.
Yeah, because it starts in English, right?
Exactly.
And why does it start in English?
Probably it's I believe that it can be a communication fail, because every serious project have to do a plan before start. So we have open source projects in Portuguese, a great open source project, but they have a great variation of versions. For example, have a Portuguese version, but firstly was built in English. So after all, you can translate to another language to promote accessibility to another persons that don't speak English, you know. But we don't have a many reason to write a documentation in English or Portuguese, but a tools. And I believe that the smart tools is started a project, software projects.
Nice. Well, no, why do we have this? Everything starts with the English language documentation. I don't know about your area, about odontology. I don't know, odontology, right?
Yeah.
Is it in English as well? How do you see, is there like a super estimated reason for English in Brazil or not? How do you see this?
Yeah, I think now English is dominated all the space of culture, of technology, of many places. English is there, but in all the time, in my college, for example, we had books in English and Spanish normally. And French in all this time, French too. All the beautiful people or the fashion place needs to talk in French in other time. Back then, I think in Europe have a fight for English, for language power in France and England. And I think when finished the World War, I think English get more interesting to stay like a language for Europe, because French is a little bit Nazi in in this time, and I think it is in ONU. I don't know in English. In ONU is a vote for, and English win.
Yeah, I'm trying. UN. ONU is UN. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, UN. I was like, I was thinking about NGO, that is ONG, in English, but
UN.
UN. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess the English language, it's easier, like the components of the language itself, like to start with. But we have seen a lot of people talking about Mandarin, Chinese language, but I don't know, like to spend the time to learn Mandarin, it's longer than English. English, like you have the structure, ABC, and then vocabulary, and that's it, basically. With simple present and past and future, you can talk easily with anyone, and by the time you get used to the language and you learn more. So I don't think people need to study more than a year the language. If you really commit yourself to do whatever it takes to be involved and touch, listen, read, search, and even translating, you're gonna get it. What else? Do people believe there is like imperialism, linguistic, around everything? Above all, there's like, oh, English language, the imperialism. Do you think that takes place over people, countries, Vinny?
I believe so. We have English imperialism. Everything in your around, you can see English word. Sure, we live in Brazil. A lot of information is in Portuguese, but I like to use my area as example, because I have a laptop that don't have a Brazilian characters. It's called cedilha or cedilha.
Yeah,
I have a keyboard with the same purpose.
same layout.
Yes, the same layout. Right. So I believe that English has a imperialism. As you said, Felipe, Chinese Mandarin also have I think like a great willing, so we can find great opportunities, but you cannot find people that want to learn Chinese or Japanese or Arabic, but you can find the person that wants to learn English, because English you can find in China, in Japan, in Saudi Arabic. So I believe so that English have a pluralism in the world. It's really important to learn.
Do you think the same, Ivanda? Or it's
Yeah,
different?
I think, but is in our moment. I think many kinds of changemen arriving now. English is an imperialist language because all the world, English is spread for all the world. And we think if you don't know nothing about English like me in 3 years ago, we think, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit out of the box. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I don't. It's terrible to get a trip without English. It's terrible, and I think you have I can't. How can I say? You have a self-esteem, a low self-esteem if you don't know English. It's because it's an imperialistic system.
Yeah, and I see the language itself as a way to, communication itself changes habits, changes a society, changes how people behave, So once you start using for example, imagine Brazil not speaking Portuguese, but speaking Tupi-Guarani. How would it be? How different would be this country? Or even Spanish?
Yeah,
If,
totally.
I believe it would be totally different. The way we behave, the way the country is, the politics, the society, the everything. I
Yeah.
have no idea how it would it be, but I'm pretty sure it would be different.
You feel different when you're talking English, when you're talking
Don't you feel that?
French.
I'm a different person in English.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
Philip. I'm a different Philip,
Yeah, me too. I think it's totally different thoughts and gestures. It's
Yeah.
different.
I do you feel that, Vinny? You're a different person.
Yeah. You have to think the like a halfway, because you need to understand two languages. Sometimes when I speak English, I change to Portuguese without my willings, So I'm talking in English with you, for example. So I trade. I change my thinking to Portuguese. I change my thinking to Portuguese. So okay, I'm speaking Portuguese. Let me change to English again.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how to explain. I guess it brings I don't know. There's like a girl, she posted in our blog about that. She doesn't feel her in English, Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's like a character in a play. You go to a theater and you see an actor and actress. They are not that person. Like you watch a soap opera and then you see the person. No, he or she, they are not that person. It's just a play, just a character. So I feel sometimes in English I play a character.
Yeah.
Sometimes I question myself if I can express freely myself in English, I have questions
You
still.
prefer the Felipe or Philip?
I prefer Philip. Like professionally speaking, if I can say that,
No,
I
when
prefer
you
Philip.
talk in English or when you talk
No,
in...
Portuguese in English, I prefer Philip. But with like my family, close friends, they call me Felipe, and yeah, it sounds more me,
comfortable.
yeah, comfortable. And there's like a nickname I used to have when I was a kid, Fee. My cousins,
Okay.
they used to call me Fee, and then it feels like really lovely, comfortable, kind to hear. But it was a question, a challenge for me to answer the question, "What's your name?" Because I didn't know for long years if I would say Philip, Felipe, Felipe, or whatever version, And then a few years ago, I decided, no, I am Philip, period. But sometimes I forget that and I say Felipe, you know. But yeah. If I go to a restaurant or a store and I need to say my name, I just say Felipe because yeah, I don't care. Like they're
More
gonna write it.
comfortable.
Yeah, they're gonna no, dude, because I don't I it's like I get tired. Oh, it's Philip PH double L blah blah blah, and they don't write it correctly, so I don't care. So Felipe, write with F, whatever you want. I don't care. Just go ahead.
Easier.
Yeah, it's easier. Um, what about job opportunities regarding English? I don't know, like Van, I know you have your own business, your own job. But do you feel like English language brings you an advantage and more opportunities because you speak English rather than if you haven't or you didn't speak English?
No, I don't have profits for it, but I have many patients from USA, from German, from other countries. And these people, it's so interesting now because I talk in English is easier than other time. But yeah, I think it is for good. Everything learning English is only for good, for open mind, but not for me, not for profits. Profits or profits?
Profits, yeah, profits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so do you think there is like a disadvantage when you learn a language like English? Is there any
Really?
advantage?
Eh,
Disadvantage. Yeah, the
no,
opposite.
no,
Like,
no. Learning is not for disadvantage. It's all the time for open mind, for better yourself all the time.
Americans.
I think I improved my scuba diving in English because I travel a lot and English is totally different. When the diving, the master diving do a briefing for us,
It's in English.
now I understand.
Very
Back
good.
then, no way.
Do you feel proud of yourself now?
Yeah, of course.
Mhm. It's amazing when you really, because in here, like we are speaking English, like pretty normal, like it's flowing, it's not a class. But when you go outside in a place where you're not expecting, then some like, have you ever had this experience, Vinny? Like you face a real situation you are not expecting, and then you need to speak English.
Yes, last week I was in a Discord server and I was talking to a native person from United States, and I heard that they speak in English. Yeah, they stopped. Okay, I need to have a I must have a concentration to listen what are they tell me, because they speak very fast, really fast. They don't care about if you are if you it's a non-native person. It's a little bit difficult, but we can have a good conversation because I can say, can we speak a little slower, please?
All the time.
And all the time, can you repeat? Sorry, can you say that again?
Slower, slower, slower.
Yeah. And it's funny because they really don't care, right? They really don't care.
Yeah, they really don't care.
Yeah, I
My
remember.
daughter-in-law is from USA, native, and she talks so fast. Then I don't understand nothing. I can't talk to her. It's so difficult to me because it's totally different. So fast, so fast.
Yeah. It's like if you live the language every single day to do your stuff, to work, to do whatever you need to do, you are totally going to be faster. It's like running. You start running from now, you're gonna be really slow. But if you keep like developing, like strengthen your muscles, eating well, stopping like eating junk food, you are going to be faster. You're gonna run faster. If you do every single day your tests, the same tests, like these past few days, my girlfriend was telling that I wash the dishes really slow, because she does this and that, and I was like, yeah, and I wash the dishes like quite often, and I enjoy that. But if I had really to if I started when I was a kid with my mom, with someone telling me, oh, you need to be faster, then I would do that faster, because of the demand, the need. But I can do that. I can, I started to pay attention on the time right now. Oh, am I spending a long time washing the dishes? So simple things that we can master, we can develop, right? And Vinny, what about the opportunities in English? Do you think, are there more opportunities because you have English, or not? I know my connection is it okay, my connection?
I had a little freeze just
Oh,
now.
delay. Yes, I'm still on question number 4. Um, do you think opportunities regarding English, are there more opportunities because you speak English, uh, rather than if you don't?
Absolutely, we have a lot of opportunities there. We have more opportunities out of Brazil because I can especially tell about my era, that is technology. Every day when I see my LinkedIn, I can see tech recruiters talking about the English. So, okay, we have a senior software engineer opportunity, full-time, English required. So, okay, English. Everywhere you can see in English, mainly in job opportunities. So, I know a lot of people that started in a company that required English to join them, and English is a thing that we can learn to great to get a great opportunities, like a great salary as a software engineer. But it's an example. We have a lot of another examples, but an example that I see every day is tech recruiter, our tech recruiter, and English opportunities as a software developer.
Yeah,
It's really crazy.
but do you think like speaking English makes you a better professional? Like just because you speak English?
No, I don't believe, because if you according your way of life can drive how you can uh how you can, for example, basically English can shape you. English can give you great opportunities, but English can change you. So you have principles, you have family. So English can't change this, but can make you growth, you know. You can grow using English, but if you is a person here, it is not English that will change you.
Yeah, I believe yeah, because the opportunities we have on the market, they ask English, even if they are not required for the job. And sometimes it feels like, oh, I need English, not to use it, but people are going to consider me a better professional just because I speak English. And I understand why companies, they do that. Enterprises ask English fluency, but it's not just about speaking English, but the behavior you have to learn a new language, the path, the journey, you know, to develop yourself, like to keep going. Like Vanda said, oh, I learned by myself. I didn't go to formal education to learn English. Uh, so what's behind that? I would look at this person with a different eye. Oh, this person is different. If there is a person who speaks 4 or 5 languages, I would say, oh my God, where this person comes from, you know, because it's not easy. So if a person gets a job in Google, so why this person worked there and it's not working anymore? So it's curious. It doesn't mean that the company itself or the place you worked makes you a better professional, but somehow, like public universities, it doesn't mean that you are better because you did like a public university in Brazil than another person with a private university. But at the beginning, at first, because of a lot of reasons, privileges, opportunities, or whatever, you face the competition, you know. But yeah, finishing the degree and like you can prove yourself in different ways. But unfortunately, English, public university, or the company you worked for as an intern, it brings value and shows you off to the world, right? Um, would you like to learn a new language? Like Vanna said about French in the beginning, would you, you speak French, like Vanna. I know you speak French.
I speak a little. If I want to speak French, I can recover. But now I don't can speak English with French together because I do a mess in my brain. Then I give up the French and I start to deep in English. And
Yeah,
I can stay in a Spanish country and talk with people in Portuguese, mixed on in Spanish, and I never have a problem.
yeah. But besides Spanish, French, and English, would you like to learn another language?
I start to learn in Duolingo Arabic. I have two friends, one friend from Saudi Arabia, another one from Morocco. And
Nice.
I was excited to learn Arabic. Then I know the Arabic guy and the Morocco girl don't understand each other in Arabic.
Really?
Oh my gosh, I stay here to learn, and they don't understand each other. I give
Yeah,
up. I give
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It's impossible to to learn Arabic from a country for another one. No way.
Yeah, because they have a lot of different variations. And I remember I taught English for Arabic people and for a while, like a year and a half. And I got curious about the language and I started to learn how to present myself in Arabic. It was funny. I remember like I memorized. I didn't study. I just memorized. Was like quickest, and I remember how to say my name. Like
Shukran.
Shukran. It's like thank you. Anna is Philip. Latif Hakunabilak or Nukabilak. I don't know. Like it's like nice to meet you, and a couple few more things.
La is no.
Yeah. So just like a few things to practice, but nowadays I pretty much forgot everything.
I give up. No way.
Yeah. And it's hard, like the written part. So
No, not for written, but
yeah,
for
just to speak.
understand. Yeah, but in many Arabic places, they can talk in French, and it's easier for me.
And you, Vinny, any idea of the next language, or would you like to have?
Yeah, I started to learn two languages that not involves alphabetic dialect. It is Japanese and Russian.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh.
I don't know nothing about those languages, but because I just want to learn the dialect, how to write in Japanese, how to write in Russian, because it's I think a lot of with a lot of differences. So we don't have alphabet. I have to think how to write and how to speak, how to listen. It's
How to thought?
how to thought, because we don't. Okay, we are learning English. We can spend a lot of time studying English with alphabet. So we are you are getting a new language in your brain. So okay, we are learning now about Japanese. What is the letter B in Japanese? When I use B, okay, we don't have B.
Yeah, they don't have
Don't
in
have
Arabic as well. They don't have the to be verb. You know.
exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I believe that Chinese can follow the same principles, but Chinese, you can have a different thought, because depending how you say the sentence, like with your voice, with a different intonation, we can change the meaning.
Oh yeah.
Think
It's
Portuguese is a little bit like that.
yeah.
Portuguese from
In
Brazil.
by sorry.
Portuguese from Brazil. If you talk in different music of voice, you change.
Exactly. An example is in Bahia, they have a word called barril. So if you talk barril, it's a very happy thing, but you say barril, it's a really sad thing. Barril, barril.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Interesting.
Yeah, and this nuances that we have um with the language, it brings a lot of opportunities to connect, right? So because of the curiosity or because of a different way of speaking or an accent or slang, we can connect and bring people together to solve a problem, you know? So I guess this is the main reason to speak another language, to connect to other people. If you're learning a language just because you want for yourself, because you want that knowledge for yourself, okay. If you have that privilege, congratulations. Like, but I guess we can use as a tool to do other things rather than the ordinary. And we can meet, we can learn from other people. So from time to time, you meet someone new that can change your whole world, you know. So I met a person a girl who changed my entire world now, and I'm moving to another country. So because of the language, basically. So it's pretty interesting how like it's I don't know.
You got married?
No, just starting relationship. I have just started. Yeah. I don't know how to say this, the name of this relationship, the status. But yeah, I'm here in Minas, São Paulo, so it's been like this. I guess it's the first time I speak about that live on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, alive.
Yeah,
Welcome you too.
yeah,
Show for her.
yeah, I will. Um, well, we have another 10 minutes, but besides bringing another question, I want you, Vanda and Vinny, to ask a question, to bring a question for us. It can be just one of you or it can be both of you, but if you have to ask a question about this topic we are talking about, what else would you like to ask?
Oh my
So
God.
we could discuss
I have no idea.
about imperialism, about the language, about the learning, about people, about other languages.
How I have a question. How can you help another people with your language skills?
Very good question. And it's a very open question, right? What do you mean by helping people? What do you have in mind?
O- uh, okay. For example, some topic. I can use the same example. Last week I was in the Discord server and I was talking to my local guy about software developer, and I helped him how to start a career in software development. So I helped with advices, with how can how can how to improve your learning process. So okay, I've just learned all of my language skills in Portuguese, and now I'm took some English courses before after I got English proficiency. But I used my English skills to teach to help another person that don't have English like your native language. So this was the way I found to help him.
And it was challenging.
But it was challenging because it was a topic that I've never talked about. It was my first time too.
Yeah, I guess first, when you try to help, you need patience above all. And teaching is that. We don't need the language itself to teach something. We can just show, if you have like the code and the person is involved with coding, you can just show and you can speak like key points in English or even in Arabic. You can translate to help you out with that. It takes more time, but it's possible, but more important is to show the person that you're willing to try. At least you're there, at least to try. Even if you do not succeed, if you fail, the person will understand and will feel that, oh, Vinny's trying, thank you so much. It's a lot, because someone in my country a friend or someone in here, they don't even want to try. They haven't tried with me before to help. And another person in another country far away from me that doesn't know me, it's trying to help me. So I guess this is the magic around the language, like the emotion itself, the smile, you show your eyes, you're the bride of your eyes, you know.
It's gratifying. And if I can
Yeah.
resume this experience in one word, it's gratification.
Yeah.
Very
Sorry,
interesting.
Wanda.
Yeah,
Can you
no,
go ahead?
I only agree with your statement.
Yeah,
Really
I think
good.
there's a lot of things we can talk about this. And if you want to really develop, Vinny, more the communication skills, and it brings also leadership and creativity. And I think those three words are key points around the languages, whatever it is. The communication itself, leadership, and creativity. And that's what we are doing with the hosts we have around Talk and Talk community. As a host, you have the chance to develop these three skills: your communication as a leader, leadership skills, and creativity. Because when you need to speak, as I did the exercise, hey, just ask a question. It's hard. Creativity. Bring a new topic every single week. Creativity. Solve a problem. Some people, maybe they are talking about something and they disagree, and you need to be in the middle of this process to handle a situation or a hard topic or a hard talk. How do you deal with that? How do you do that? So please take a time to think about being a host. We are looking for more people, and I'm behind the whole process. And yeah, there's a subscription, and there are some explanation in the web page. The only thing you need is, of course, you're here speaking English, so you're more than all of you, Wanda and Vinny, you're more than prepared to start. You don't need to be ready. You're not going to feel ready. Any of the hosts I have seen so far, all of them 100% tell me, hey, Philip, I'm not ready. I don't know if I can do it. And I reply back, you are ready. So the idea is, as a host, you are a student. You're here to develop yourself. You're not here to work. The host, it's not to work. It's not a job. It's a course, practical course that you use English, and you're going to develop yourself. And your resume, yourself as a human person, you are going to be a better person by the end of the process, whenever it is. There are people here that they are celebrating 3-4 years already. So you choose when you want to stop. Okay, so feel free to apply. Wow.
Great.
Sometimes I feel like if I do not practice English that much, sometimes I feel lazy to speak, and after an hour speaking, I feel like tired, like
It
now.
is me today.
Yeah. So it was a good conversation, though. Thank you, Wanda. And I always tell this, your energy, it's always good. It's always good to have you around. Thank you so much for the trust and the platform to be around here and to practice with us. Vinny, welcome aboard. I hope you enjoyed the whole journey, the whole process. You're gonna see there are people with the same energy, same goals, looking for things to accomplish, dreams, and etc. And it's an exchange between people. It's not about the language itself, but the exchange of ideas. Okay. And thank you so much. I hope you people enjoy the rest of the night. Sleep tight, and see you in another meeting.
Thank you for our time, Vinny and Philip. Thank you.
Have a great night. Bye bye.